Go.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I didn't get to work with Linda White in this place for very long, and I do feel a real sense of loss because of that, because Linda was so formidable and so strategic, and it was very clear from when she first arrived here that she was in the place that she was meant to be, and she was in the place where she knew she was going to make an outsized contribution. And she had just begun to make that contribution when, unfortunately, she was taken from us. And I do know that there was so much more she did have to achieve on top of what were her already very significant achievements. And a lot's been said about those over the past weeks in this place as well. I won't run through all of them, but I do want to highlight some of those that I think were most significant and also that I think particularly resonated for me in Linda's life. Linda really dedicated her entire life to working on behalf of Australians, Australian workers, and particularly Australian women workers. And while I didn't get to work with Linda for very long in this place, I know it is partly thanks to her support that I am here. The work that she and so many others did to reform our party, our Labor Party, so that it was a place where women got elected, to put in place the systems that mean we have quotas for women, getting women elected to this place, to the situation now where we now have a government and a caucus that is majority female. That is a massive achievement. And I can't even begin to comprehend, really, some of the discussions and the obstacles that would have been put in the way of Linda when she was trying to negotiate some of those rules and the people she was working with to do that. We have all heard echoes of those arguments, and I can, again, only picture in my mind the strength and I think probably the very short shrift that Linda would have given to those arguments, knowing that she was arguing both for our party to be a better party, for this parliament to be a better parliament, and for the lives of women across this country to be better because their voices were being heard in this place. That in itself is a huge achievement. Of course, though, it was not just in the Labor Party, in the Parliament, that Linda advanced women. It was in so many areas, and again, I want to highlight one particular area where I think Linda's work was just outstanding. The Sachs Award, raising the pay of people in highly feminised industries that for most of our history have been largely ignored and largely underpaid, just work that was there and not valued in the way it should have been. That award decision was landmark, and it obviously had immediate impact on all the people, particularly women, working in social and community service areas. But I think its impact wasn't just that immediate impact, that very important impact of raising the pay rates there. I think it is also a really important moment in that broader drive that we still continue now to reset how we do see women who work and contribute in the social and community sector, in the care sector, to actually genuinely recognise that contribution as an economic contribution, and in fact as an economic contribution that our society and our community is largely built on. We did see some of that conversation, I think, come to the forefront again during the pandemic, but it is absolutely built on that sort of work that Linda spent her lifetime in the union movement working on, but also which really I think came to the forefront with that landmark case. I really appreciated, while we have been marking the great contribution that Linda made to our country and our community, hearing more about her earlier life. I appreciated hearing that she, like me, began her working life at McDonald's and that it drove her to unionism. And yep, I can absolutely see the McDonald's structures that drive you to unionism. Again, what a mark of Linda, that She, from that very early stage, saw how workers coming together could further their interests and could make sure that workplaces were fairer places for all. From there into the law, where she had significant impact, obviously, again, her intelligence, the very thorough work she did there, and then into her long and important career in the union movement, and then, as the Prime Minister has described it, on to become the most qualified backbencher to join this place. My condolences go to Linda's family, to her brother, to all the friends and comrades who miss her so much. It really was wonderful to be able to attend her funeral and to hear the loving, witty speeches paying tribute to this smart, fun woman who did love her work and the achievements she made, but who also knew how to have fun. My condolences to her staff who saw her through to the very end, and again, it was clear and has been clear just how important a role they played in Linda's life. Deputy Speaker, I was absolutely part of the group who also saw Linda as an Insta influencer. She was a prolific poster, I think more so before she joined the Senate, but I always appreciated seeing which Melbourne restaurants Linda had been visiting, and I knew that they were ones that I needed to put onto my list to make sure I got there, because they were always worthwhile. And this was the other side of Linda, that she absolutely loved some of the things, the best things that our city, Melbourne, has to offer. The arts, culture, food and football were all things that she greatly valued and, again, enjoyed, and also worked so that others could enjoy them as well. It was really evident that her belief was that these were good things that everyone should be able to enjoy, not just a select few. And our city, again, is better for the work that Linda did to grow and drive these cultural institutions that we enjoy. Linda was a very private person, and I think for me, like many in this place, it did come as a shock that she was so sick and that she was taken from us when she was. I hope that amongst that desire she had for privacy, that she did die knowing how much she was appreciated and valued, and how much she was respected for her many, many achievements in this place and in a lifetime working for Australians and Australian women. Those achievements cannot be overstated. Vale, Linda White.